So you can keep your money, that's fine. Not a problem with me. I will keep my values. Sometimes you're going to have to fire clients because they are disrespectful. Done that. We'll do it again. Your elevator pitch needs to be shorter than 30 seconds. In like maximum 1 minute, I need to know exactly what you're doing and I need to want to do business with you. So go home, write it down, and practice it. The people who have the best elevator pitches, they actually do practice it. So make sure that you do have one, and it's going to be so strong that I will want to do business with you the very first time that I hear your elevator pitch. Maybe we're going to have to say it over and over again, but it needs to be a very strong one. Okay, I said that earlier on. Humility does not equate the lack of confidence, right? So you being humble means, yes, you are going to talk to every single one of us in the room. You are going to greet us. You are going to be polite. But it doesn't mean that you are going to talk like, yes, yes, sir, and no. Right? And as African people, we have to learn that as well. Because we've been taught a lot not to talk. We've had to stay quiet. And we think that that means that we are now humble. That means we are nice. Being nice does not mean not being confident. And saying no does not mean not being nice, right? Sometimes we're going to have to say no in life. And it's important for you to know how to use your no. And you can still be nice with your no. You can even still put a smile on with your no. Is that clear for everyone? Yeah. So those of you, I don't know if any of you joined our session last night on LinkedIn. This I got from the guest that we had. By the way, every single Wednesday, I have a personal branding session online on LinkedIn. You need a LinkedIn account for you to join it. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, you cannot join. You can listen to the session while you are busy cooking, driving, whatever the case is, from 6 to 7. But the information gets shared in the group as well. Does it? I hope so. Yes, someone said yes. So she said this, where values are in place, you have confidence to communicate with clarity. Make sure also that your values are always in check. Every single time that you are in a different place, in a different environment, we had people asking questions such as, what's the difference? Where do I draw the line between being nice and allowing people to get too close to me? You need to make sure that you stick to your values, right? Being too close to you could be either physically or verbally. Sometimes people will push their boundaries and they'll push yours too. You have to be kind enough to yourself to learn to say no to people. You have to be able to stand for your values, stand up for yourself. If you invite me at a conference and I had one and you tell me never to say the word God or Jesus, I will not come. Because there are high chances that I will say that because that's what I believe in. And you're not going to take that away from me. So you can keep your money, that's fine. Not a problem with me. I will keep my values. What do you stand for as a person? It's not because I'm your client now that I can touch you anyhow, or that I can talk to you anyhow. Sometimes you're going to have to fire clients because they are disrespectful. Done that. We'll do it again. Yes. Sometimes you're going to have to stand up for your team members and make the choice to lose a client instead of losing all your team members, right? Because this client is now disrespectful, they're crossing the boundaries, and you've set rules on how not to cross the boundaries. But make sure also that your boundaries are clear. If you've allowed me to cross it 3-4 times, by the 5th time, I don't understand why you are stopping me. So it's not okay for you to allow me to cross it and then cross it again and then cross it again and again and again. And it's something I had to teach myself as well. Because sometimes you feel, I'm being too harsh. They will learn to respect you. And they have to learn to respect you from the word go. Because they are teaching you who they are, right? They are teaching you how to treat them. You need to teach them how to treat you as well. So it's a two-way relationship. So you teach them how to treat you, they teach you how to treat them. They teach you that me, I'm very touchy, I say whatever I want, I will talk about you in whichever way I want. They're teaching you that. You need to teach them also on this side. Doesn't work like this. If you want this to work, this is how we're going to work. Right, so love yourself enough. Love your brand enough, because this is part of you building your brand. Set your boundaries, set your limit, and have your values in check at every single time. If you're starting to feel like I'm breaking my values here, this is not for me, I should not be doing this, then it means you should not be doing that. Because you are compromising yourself to the benefit of somebody else. And you are going to be the one sitting with the regrets and all that. So don't push yourself in that position. Okay, let's talk about something else now. Etiquette. We a lot of times shy away from etiquette because we think it's for other people. No, it's for every single one of us. It's part of how we judge each other. We have a lot of different etiquettes, such as physical presentation. We spoke a little bit about how you present yourself as a person, how you dress. It's very important that you learn to adapt your dress code to the room where you are walking in. There's a certain way you can dress if you are going into a boardroom. I'm not saying you have to change your style and all that. You still have the right to have your style. You should have your style. But I mean, we're not going to be having a board meeting and you are going to walk in there with jeans and t-shirt. You can see that maybe it's not right. It's not the right environment. You're not going to go to a braai and wearing suits because you are you, right? So you have to make sure that you are presenting yourself as you walk into a room. You present yourself in a way that is relevant to the room that you are walking in. The way in which you greet people, how do you give your handshake? It needs to be a firm, friendly handshake, and you are matching the pressure of the other person on the other side. So you're not squeezing me too hard, or you're not, because I can feel whether you're confident or not by the way in which you're giving me a handshake. How many of us love hugging? Where are the huggers in the room? You don't have the right to hug. Everybody needs to stop. Okay? We don't hug everyone, okay? We can hold our hands, put the hands behind you. It's okay. You don't hug everybody because you are also crossing their personal barrier. And they're also crossing yours. You know, I'll never remember. I had a hug once. I still get frustrated with it. This gentleman, I know him. It's not somebody I would generally hug. Then he came a very big hug, and then he was wearing this perfume. Jesus Christ! After that, I was going back to work. It was like a break. I needed to go somewhere in the office. He hugged me. I was smelling like him the whole day. The whole day. I can still feel that pain up to today. That was very unpleasant because I had to be at the office until 4 or 5, and that perfume was so strong that it was on me. So yes, we can hug. But we can't hug everybody, not only because of the smell of the perfume, but because there are personal boundaries that have to be set with people as well. So sometimes if you feel like, hey, this hug is coming, just put your hands at the back. And it's okay to hug certain people too, right? It's okay because you have family, you have friends, you have some people that are just very friendly and you want to hug them, and that's okay. But just remember that your hug might just be too much for somebody else. Like that gentleman, I never told him that, but his hug was too much for me. For him, it was like, you know, we know each other. It's so nice to see you after such a long time. But then it was such an unpleasant experience for me. So please make sure that huggers, let's count our hugs. Eh? You only have 3 hugs for the day. So keep some of them for your family. Okay. Verbal communication. How do you speak? You need to have clear and concise communication. Not everybody has the time for your long conversation. And with you having the long conversation, you may just lose me in between. So start practicing having clear and concise conversation, and you can teach yourself that. You can even go on YouTube and learn communication, effective communication skills, right? You have to listen to people, give them the chance to finish talking, and then only can you respond. Because people are assessing you on that as well. Like, you're not going to listen to me. I'm the customer. I'm trying to explain to you what I want. Before I even finish my first sentence, oh my God, this person is not going to do what I want them to do. So teach yourself to listen. Listen first, take it in, and then only respond. And also, when you are communicating with people, don't put yourself in a position where you just want to show everybody that you are interesting. Be interested in people more than making yourself an interesting person. That way they feel like this person is connecting with me, they're actually interested in what I'm doing. And you actually become an interesting person by doing that because you're paying attention. You were able to repeat to me what I said to you. When I explained to you what I do as a business, you were able to, when you took the word and when you started talking, you were able to repeat to me what I said. You were able to confirm what I said because you were listening to me. So you need to practice your verbal communication. Be gentle, be nice, be kind. Say please, thank you. Ask politely. Being polite is not just for us to tell our kids, hey, how did you ask? No. Even for us as adults, it's very important. When you walk into a room, I can't just say, give me that pen. May I please use your pen? The reason why we have name tags with bold names written on it is so that you can refer to each other with your names. It makes a huge difference when somebody's talking to you and they say your name than when they just call you hey, or they say nothing, or they say sir, ma'am. It makes a huge difference. So wherever possible, refer to people by their names. Sometimes you don't know it, but introduce yourself and give your name. And if you forgot the name of the person, find a way to figure it out. That's a very uncomfortable one sometimes, when the person comes, hey girl, how you doing? And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I have to try and figure out how to find the name. I had an encounter last weekend. Hopefully this person doesn't see the video when it comes out. So the lady is talking to me and she's very excited to talk to me. We were at a conference. I couldn't continue the conversation because I had to figure out who she is. So I gently turned her name card. I acted as if I was playing with her name. We had the badges. I flipped it so I could see who she was. Then only I could remember who the person was, and then I could connect better. So it's very important that you start making sure that you remember people's names as well, wherever possible, so that you can do a better connection the next time. So make sure that when somebody gives you the name, if you have to say it to yourself again, just say it to yourself so that you can refer to them by their own names.